Hello and welcome back to our Bandit Lord challenge, and what we're doing now is, well, we're inciting the last rebellion that we're probably going to do, maybe the second last, it very much depends, in Vlandian territory, because we actually have a pretty interesting situation on our hands here. So you can see here we have 4 towns, in actual fact, that were owned by the Vlandians, and they have now all rebelled. As you can see, Galend also fell relatively soon. I was doing that off screen. Basically just did a small little, inciting the rebellion event. And then very shortly after, they, decided to rebel against their, their governors or whatever. And otherwise, apart from that, Charis, as far as I'm aware, still has a relatively low loyalty rating, but they are, I think, recovering pretty fast. So they're probably not going to rebel at the moment. I did do another inciting a rebellion event at Praven, as well as, completely buffing the Sea Raider presence in that area, because I really wanted to make sure that the Sea Raiders had a nice buffer when we move away from here. Because obviously, I'm actually going to be moving into Botanian, Sturgian territory after this. And maybe, I don't even know really, because right now the Northern Empire is actually stretching pretty far into the south. They're actually going over to Azerai territory, as you can see right here, and they actually took Kuyaz, or one of the vassals decided to defect. I'm actually not entirely sure what even happened there, because it doesn't feel to me like we're actually at war against the Azerai, but, well, whatever the case. Vlandia also just had a war declaration from the Azerai, so as you can see, I mean, this is looking pretty bad for them, because they only have 4 towns. As I said to you before, Praven, very low in loyalty. I actually am about to do an inciting here, because as you can see, they have 25. So we need to crush that loyalty rating as quickly as we can. And so if we do this, just join the riot real fast. I've kind of learned a little bit more about how to do this quickly, and that is generally just to speed things up at the very beginning here, just so that they get a little bit closer, and then we can do a little bit more damage with our thrown weapons. Maybe we can get a nice little kill beforehand, and then we just switch to our sword. The sword is actually amazing, as I've said before. This is a really, really good sword, and I love using it, and it's actually... surprisingly, I mean, I shouldn't say surprisingly really, because I already know that one-handeds are actually really powerful if you have certain skills and everything, but I feel super nimble, super quick running around, just purely for the fact that we have all that movement speed in combat. Really makes a huge difference. Anyway, this particular town has 0 security, 0 loyalty. It's looking really, really good for us right now. Otherwise, what I'm actually going to do, and what I have been doing, is just basically going into every single marketplace, buying about 60,000 worth, maybe around there, and literally just donating all of that. Just donating all of that, and also doing a little bit of smithing in the meantime as well, because obviously, if we have smithing, we might as well use it. I did actually create a couple of masterwork weapons, but the masterwork weapons in question were 2-handed swords, and obviously I'm not using a 2-handed right now. However, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to be doing that, because I think we could actually create some pretty cool one-handed swords, but unfortunately my one-handed sword collection, as you can see right here, doesn't even get into the tier 3 area. So I'm going to have to do this off screen if we're actually ever going to get something here, because I know a lot of people actually want me to use my own crafted weapon, but the problem with the crafted weapons is that they are actually not that strong in comparison to just buying a weapon from a marketplace. It feels to me like buying a weapon is just much easier, and also you get a much better weapon in the process. But what I really love is better smithing continued. This is literally saving me so much time. I'd highly recommend getting this if you are doing any kind of smithing at all. It is so incredible, because I mean, literally look at this. I just selected that particular recipe, and then immediately I'm able to use it. It's so nice. Unfortunately, I don't have enough charcoal. Ah, that's wonderful, isn't it? Yeah, great. Yeah, anyway, I do thankfully have some of these, so I can literally just sell some for a little bit of money right here. And then we can just go on over to the hideout And we're just going to... Oh, look, there we go. Yes, the rebellion has risen. Very nice indeed. Okay, yeah, so I'm actually going to show you exactly what's going on with the Sea Raiders' combat strength after this as well, because they're actually doing really nicely. Look at this, 5,300. They have 5,300 combat strength now. I told you, you know, I've been donating a whole bunch. I've been giving them... I've been giving them prisoners, I've been giving them all kinds of weapons and everything. It's really making a huge difference. Anyway, unfortunately, as you can see here, Revolt is not looking particularly good. I am unsure what I can do to really lower their security. The only thing I can really do, I suppose, is maybe prey upon a couple of villagers, maybe... I don't know, maybe loot a caravan or two or something like that. It seems like these guys are actually fighting some Sea Raiders. Not a big fan of that, to be honest. Not a big fan of that. I would actually like to fight the Vlandians again. They are looking pretty weakened right now. So let me actually just take a quick look. We don't even have a peace agreement with them. That's actually hilarious. What? They're not even paying us? Are you serious? I actually thought they were paying us. Okay. Well, that's very interesting. I would have expected them to pay us. Oh, well, never mind. Okay, yeah, everyone else is paying us a pretty significant amount, actually, right now. Anyway, yeah, I think I'm actually going to go in here. And, no, I don't want... No! Why do they do that? Why do they do that? I want to help the Sea Raiders. I do not want to help the Vlandians. Oh, well, never mind. Apparently, we're not going to be doing that, then. Yeah, that's kind of sad, isn't it? Oh, wait. There is a war declaration that has just transpired. Oh, okay. It's the Western Empire declaring war against the Northern Empire. That's a bit of a messy situation to be in. All right. Well, that's not too bad, I suppose. I mean, Caravan Seth is awaiting us. This is going to be a super easy one for us to do, I think. Yeah. As you can see, very high risk of rebellion already. We already have a partnership in this town as well, so I can literally just go straight on in here. Really, really simply. Just join the riot real fast, and then we can just speed through this without too many issues. Just going to speed up the game a little bit, and then just do a couple of hits here. I mean, generally, it's always a good idea to try and get a couple of wonderful free bits of damage out, just to help us out a little bit here. Wow, this guy was taking an absolute battering from us for some reason. I seem to be hitting his body armor, and that was the main reason why we weren't really getting very swift kills, but that's absolutely fine, because look at that. 0 loyalty. That's a very high risk of rebellion right there. And maybe we should, you know what, maybe we should take a look at Dunglanis. Should we take a look at Dunglanis and actually see what's going on there as well? Because, no, they have a, yeah, as you might expect, they have a pretty decent loyalty rating, which is kind of sad, but, you know, can't really do much about that. However, if I do go in here, it might be nice to actually donate a couple of things, a couple of wonderful pieces of loot, wonderful pieces of weapons, and so on and so forth. But yeah, as you can see, I'm basically just doing this every single time. I'm just getting rid of my my forged weapons here, and we're just going to go over to the hideout real fast and just slap a whole bunch in there. I'm actually basically just experimenting with this now, because I want to see how powerful we can actually make these bandits. Because obviously, I'm going to be moving away from here relatively soon. You know, we're not going to be staying in this territory for much longer. And I would love to be able to see just how strong we can make each of these bandit factions. Because we've got Sea Raiders and we've also got Forest Bandits. They're both at around, I would say probably both at around 4,500 right now. And in my opinion, that's pretty good. I don't know how much better I can really make them, but whatever the case, I've done everything I can in the Vlandian territories. Not sure how fast it's going to take the Vlandians to actually, you know, take it back. That's going to be a bit of an issue for them, hopefully. And what do we got going on here? Whoa, no, Maranath is never, ever going to... never ever going to lose loyalty, as you can see right there. It's got 98. It's got 98. I mean, literally, never in a million years we're going to force an inciting there, but maybe there's actually going to be some kind of event that will happen later on down the line. You never know. Anyway, we do have our own enforcers in these areas as it is. I actually failed to do my scam there, which is rather amusing, but I think the main thing we have to consider here is that when you're attempting to incite rebellion, the best way to do that is actually to target towns that have been captured by opposing forces. I don't know whether you've noticed that. I mean, obviously, if you've been watching my series for a while, you'll know the amount of problems that I've had as a vassal, basically being given, well, being given a fief, and that fief is a different culture than my own, and then I have huge problems actually doing anything as a result, because obviously if I have a different culture than the people in question that are, you know, in the, you know, in the town, so let's say I'm Batanian and the culture is Khuzait or something like that, obviously I have a negative loyalty value. And if I don't have the appropriate policies, which is more than likely, then yeah, you're going to be suffering some pretty hard loyalty penalties. And as a result, there is a much higher chance of rebellion if you don't use the Fairgrounds infinite production thing, which basically just gives you three loyalty. And obviously you do need to then install a governor to hopefully offset the loyalty loss even further. So those are the kinds of things that I'm talking about. I'm actually wondering whether this caravan is even going to survive. Oh no, there we go. Okay, yeah. Wonderful. Alright. Yes, this is actually a really wonderful thing to do as well, by the way. I'm just going to auto-resolve this real fast. Yeah, because here's the thing. Every single time we do the insurance scam, we gain around 30 to 40, maybe even 50, if we're lucky, mounted ransackers and mounted pillagers. Now you may think, well, what can you do with those? You can't donate those, can you? No, you can. You can actually donate those, which is really, really funny. Also, the forest bandits actually got stronger from me defeating those random looters, because they're not actually a part of any faction at all. They're actually considered neutral bandits, which in my opinion is amazing. This is just literally one of the most amazing things you can do, because look at this. I literally give 42 prisoners. I basically have to do a very quick auto-resolve, and look at how much strength it increases the forest bandits by. 530. So technically, with the Fourberie mod installed, you can, if you have a reasonable army, I don't have a particularly strong army, bear that in mind. My army right now is pretty much on the weak side, you know? It's not looking particularly good. However, if you think about this, this is very good. This is very good, the way that we can do this. Unfortunately, I need a relation with her of a +18. That's going to be a little bit problematic, isn't it? Especially considering we don't have a particular piece of territory to clear out from the opposing gang leader, so I think I'm just going to leave Revel as it is. And as you can see, all the loyalty is very much high in these areas, because of course it is. Ah, look at that. Praven has now risen against their lord as well, which is wonderful. That means that, of course, they're going to have to take that back again. Yeah, they're going to have to take that back again. That's going to be really, really harsh for them, but I'm fine with that. Anyway, Epicrotia Omor, we could actually do a little bit of self-sabotage here against the Northern Empire. We could possibly do that. Let me just do a little bit of a scam here. I'd like to do the insurance scam if at all possible. He has 18. We could go and clear that, but I think we'll just do this. There we go. Let's do a little bit of this. This is, what is this? Forced tribute or something like that? So we can, oh, this is going to be simple. Or maybe not. Maybe, oh, no, apparently my aim is absolutely off right now, but thankfully my sword is just very, very strong, and as a result I'm able to eliminate people very quickly, but there you go. All right, wonderful. And we can also do notable extortion if we want to do that. We're only 2 points away. Technically I could do larceny, but I will do notable extortion instead. We'll just go over here. That reminds me, I think I actually do want to try doing a village raid. I think that could be a lot of fun. So I think I'm going to try to do that. Let me see now. Pay me the full amount and we are done. Yeah, there we go. And he has gained +11 relation with us, which is absolutely perfect. Now we can do insurance scam once again. They're heading to Epicrotia. All right. So let's have a look-see here. Yeah, we're getting a couple of people leveled up. Yagada actually did level up as well, so I should probably go and check out her skills in just a second. There we go. There are the looters. And we should be good. There we go. Hello there. This is, as I say, this is very, very simple. And look at that. 45 enemy prisoners. So if you yourself are playing with the Fourberie mod, highly recommended to check out this particular strategy. Obviously, if you already know about it, then, well, then you already know about it. But for me personally, I had no idea. I was like, whoa, okay, this is actually really good. This is super, super fun. Okay, yes, but apart from that, I actually did level up in tactics. Let's have a look here. 3% more damage. 10% more damage bonus in simulation against bandit parties. No, I don't really care about that. We're just going to go for the 3% against everyone in auto-resolves. And let me actually just take a quick look here. Yeah, we want to take this back because obviously we do own a couple of things here. And I want to head over to Diathma. Diathma is the place that we want to be. Now, here's the really, really cool thing actually about having forest bandit hideouts and things that have a lot of combat strength. You are able to see a number of places begin popping up, and I'm talking about bandit hideouts here. They are just consistently popping up in random places that I've never seen them pop up before. So I'm going to assume that that is due to the actual bandit hideouts themselves. So at least I would think so, or shall we say the bandit combat strength increases that we've given them. So that's actually really cool in my opinion. Anyway, let's see what we can do here. I'm actually going to go for the last point in control here for him. And we're going to go for a trainer. That's going to be pretty nice for him too. Let's see what else we have here. Melissa has actually leveled up as well. This is really kind of, yeah, not that amazing. But we can level up her roguery skill a little bit more. That's obviously going to be kind of nice if she's a paymaster. Although, I'm not sure if she is a paymaster actually. Anyway, losses to siege bombardment. Oh, yes, yes. I will be taking siege medic. You can best bet I will be taking Siege Medic. That is one of the most amazing skills that you can get, at least in my opinion. I love that skill because it basically makes it so that when you go into a siege, you're not consistently bombarded and killed and you lose all your units and everything. Or at least, you don't lose as many. At least, it's a bit of a saving grace there. Anyway, infantry, while in shield wall. No, I don't really appreciate that. I'm going to go for standard bearer, I suppose. What are we going to go for here? Decreased charge damage taken. Yeah, I'm going to decrease charge damage because the AI is not very good at using their speed, their movement speed bonuses, or at least in my opinion, they're not that good at it. Does this guy actually have, is he using thrown weapons right now? I'm actually not entirely sure if he's using thrown weapons, but I'm actually thinking that maybe what we want to do is just give him some more steward skill in case he does become a vassal at some point for us, because maybe we want to create our very own bandit faction. Not sure if we can really do that though, because unfortunately due to, well, us not having a mod that does that, I suppose, because I'm not sure if there is even a mod that does that, but a mod that basically replaces all of the units that my vassals use and all of the units that my garrison uses with bandit units. Don't think there is one. So it seems to me like I'm probably just going to go for some one-handed skill or something like that. That's probably going to be the best thing to go for, and maybe some endurance as well. And then we can move on. Who else do we have here? We got Kadaminos here. Bandit units, none of this really makes any difference, unfortunately, for him. And Eilina actually leveled up, so yeah, we can actually get her at 1 more point in roguery, which is very nice. And aha, Hasawa actually leveled up too. Okay, that's pretty cool. Let's go for some more one-handed with her, I suppose. I mean, maybe, is that good? It's probably best to do roguery with her, but it's fine. Anyway, we're just going to go straight on in here. Unfortunately, it is nighttime, but it's not the dead of night, at least. So it's not going to be pitch black or anything like that. Thankfully, I was getting a little bit worried about that. But yeah, we actually have a pretty significant amount of infantry right now because I am indeed running around with a couple of Sea Raiders now, which is very nice because that means that we have a much more balanced army. Hopefully, we're going to be seeing a lot more, you know, tactical options open up to us as a result of this. So I'm going to be looking forward to that. Because let's face it, you know, we've basically just been doing the whole, you know, stand there and shoot your arrows thing for a while now. So it would be quite nice to maybe utilize a couple of extra strategies. But unfortunately, it seems like the opponent doesn't really want to do that for us right now. It seems like they're basically just chilling out here. I'm just going to take him off his mount. And maybe we can actually do some damage to him. No, never mind. Okay, he's just going to do his thing. Oh, look at that guy. He literally just did... Oh, he did a hilarious somersault. That was wonderful. Okay, yeah. Anyway, apart from that, we should probably just do a little bit of pokey action against the archers here. And we should probably try and tell our infantry to move forward, because it feels to me like the enemy is being way too slow. They're being way too slow with moving their forces ahead here. This is really weird, actually. I'm going to tell my infantry to charge, because the enemy's infantry are standing back here, which, well, admittedly is pretty good for stopping me, but not very good for actually helping out their archers. So I'm basically just going to take advantage of that. I'm going to try to take advantage of it. As you can see, they're now getting murdered with no help from their infantry, which is wonderful. Let's just place my archers around about here. Just going to run some of these guys down, and hopefully we'll not lose too many units in this particular engagement. I very much hope so, at least. Let's just get out some throwing weapons real fast. These have the lowest time to kill, or at least they should have the lowest time to kill in comparison to my spear. Although, to be fair, if you do hit with the spear and you hit it well, and you actually hit in the neck or the head, you're actually going to be doing a lot more damage thanks to that new perk, because we did get that new perk in the previous episode that increases the amount of damage that I deal with polearms if I hit in the head by 50%. So obviously that's really good. Anyway, there we go. A wonderful victory for us. Not sure if I really want to take him prisoner. I think I will, but he is a minor faction vassal, so... You know how I feel about those guys. Anyway, let's just take all of that. Oh, we got some new shoulders. Ooh, interesting. I was not expecting to actually gain any upgrades anytime soon, but yeah, there you go. Anyway, mountain bandits have now gotten stronger, which is quite nice. I'd like to be able to get over to the hideout as soon as possible, please, before we lose any additional prisoners. I think I've lost a huge amount of them. No, I haven't. I still have a large amount. Very nice. Look at this. 1,000 combat strength right here. Look at that. And now we've increased the combat strength of mountain bandits by, I don't even know how much they had, actually. I think they had about 170 or something like that. So yeah, now they are looking real good. Anyway, my criminal rating is really, really high. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll probably lower my corruption here. Or at least I will try to lower the corruption. Let's just take this back real fast. And there we go. Then we'll go into our main base. Okay, so I have 100 available upgrades. Yes, as you might imagine, that is pretty good, and I should probably do something about it. So what are we going to do now? Alright, so first of all, we're probably going to change our corruption level to high so that we can actually start losing our criminal rating. Actually, wait a minute. Our criminal rating isn't even that bad, is it? It seems like it's just about 20? Maybe it is about 20. Well, whatever the case, I think that's absolutely fine because we're probably going to be needing that a little bit later on. Anyway, I'm going to try to spend all of my points. I have a huge amount of them after all. There we go. My gambling den is now completely maxed out, which is amazing. And now let's see how much I can do with the boarding house as well, because look at this. Look at how many points I have. Oh yes, give me more of this. Thank you very much. There are 200 upgrades for the boarding house, which is absolutely incredible. But yeah, I'm gonna have, it's gonna take me a little bit of time to get there, actually. Anyway, let's go to the scheme room. So now here's the amazing thing about what we've done now. Because of the fact that we've done a little bit of, oh, look at that, we did that. That was nice. That was actually successful, that particular scandal. Yeah, but because we've actually done a little bit of, a little bit of networking in Vlandia, I should have a much higher total network. Oh, wow. It's still not that good. Yes, 3% per emissary. Clan member left in town, 1 per town. I see. That's the main thing there. I see. Okay, so 5% per partnership. I thought I had actually a lot more partnerships in that area, but plus 15% per territory with a clan member. Yeah, that's going to give you a lot more percentage. Okay, unfortunate. Okay, so I don't think we're going to be able to get the murder. To get the murder going on. I'm going to try it though, because I think it could be quite fun. So let's actually just see if it actually works. Well, maybe we can get 50. We can't even get 50%. I will try it, okay? I will try it just purely for the fact that I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens. And I would like to, you know, I'd like to see actually what's going on there, but I'm a bit worried about it, all things considered. Anyway, Diathma has loyalty. Yeah, no, we only have a 20 criminal rating in this area, so I don't even think it really matters that I reduce it or anything like that. But well, never mind. We're still getting 10 points every week, so I don't think it really matters too much. Anyway, let's just move on to Argeron here, because as you can see, the Khuzait have actually taken this. This is a town ripe for inciting rebellion. Or apparently not. Although, as you can see, due to the fact that the owner is a different culture, it is very much going to happen very quickly that we are just going to be able to do this without any problems whatsoever in a short amount of time. It's not going to take that long for them to fall, or at least I hope so. Myzea is over there as well. That is actually a rebellion clan, isn't it? Isn't that a rebellion? It feels to me like a rebellion because Diokosos' clan or something? Well, I don't even know who that guy is. So yeah, I'm going to assume that he is actually a minor faction or something like that. He's part of the Western Empire, which is a bit weird. Yeah, he is actually part of that. Why is it called Diokosos' clan? Why is it called that instead of something else? That's usually the name that they give to rebel factions and things like that. So that's a bit strange. Oh well, never mind. Okay, I guess we'll just we'll see what happens. But yeah. Anyway, Sturgia has actually taken Amprila. All right. Well, there's a lot of weird stuff going on. There's a lot of different fiefs changing hands and going to really weird owners. So this is going to be kind of funny. Let's see what we can do about this. Maybe there's going to be a bit of an inciting we can do here. Oh yes, we can. But I need to be on friendly terms with this guy. Alright, so I just did one of those really quick things. Really quick, what is it now? Events. I did the Force Tribute thing. As you can see, we now have 17 relation with him, which is enough to incite the rebellion here. I wanted to just very quickly do that because I wanted to make sure that it stays low as much as possible. So here we go. Now we can join the riot and we can actually get this going too. Because here's the thing. I'd like to inevitably, or in the end, eventually, maybe, cause rebellion in so many parts of the world that most, if not all, places are all rebel factions. But obviously that's going to take a huge amount of time. Not sure if we're going to really have the time for that, to be honest, because otherwise, you know, we're just going to basically be doing that, and we're not going to be doing anything else like conquering the world or anything. So I'm not sure how effective or how viable that actually is, all things considered. I'm actually getting myself murdered here as well in the process, which is kind of strange. Oh, really? Oh no, this is bad. This is bad news, bears. Oh no. Alright, we actually did it. Whew. I actually survived with 1% HP. Alright, who would have expected that? Not me, no. I was literally gonna die. You survived but couldn't avoid the carnage. It was a bloodbath. Yeah, it actually was a bloodbath, but we did reduce the loyalty. That is all that matters. We did reduce it, so that is very nice. I would like to be able to go to the nearby hideout, because that is, of course, going to give me the ability to heal my wounds, which would be wonderful. But is there not a... oh no. Is there not a hideout closer to us? I would like to actually, ideally, get a bunch of cavalry-focused bandits as well. So I'm thinking maybe we'll go over and try and get some step bandits, or maybe... I mean, there's usually a hideout around here. Yep, there we go. There's one. Fantastic. Alright, unfortunately I don't have any prisoners right now to actually give them. But I can heal my wounds here nevertheless. As you can see, look at that, back to 100%. Really nice. And yeah, I actually don't think I really have anything to give them, unfortunately. I mean, yeah, I do have a little bit of stuff, but I could give them armor, I guess. I mean, how much is this armor actually going to be worth to them? Just bear in mind, we have 0. Okay, we have 0 with them at the moment. And generally, we don't really need to sell armor to make money at this point, even though this is probably going to be the best way to make money because you have, well, at this point, I have a massive amount of roguery skill, so of course that's going to happen. But anyway, that actually gave them 1,260. Okay, that's pretty good. That is actually pretty good. I was not expecting that, but yeah, that's nice. Okay, yeah, so we can actually get some people now. I can get 25. Let's get some step bandits right here. And that is exactly the number that we need to max out our army, which is wonderful. So there you go. All right, so that's actually working out really nicely. What about Balticand? What's actually going on here? Their loyalty is actually at 50. If they can get to 45, if they can get to 45, I will be able to do an inciting, which would be pretty cool. But I mean, they're losing. Wait a minute, they're losing 2 per day. It feels to me like they're losing 2 per day. All right, we might be able to wait here for some time and actually just try and do it straight away, but it is going to cost me quite a lot of cash, but we'll see what happens with it. Anyway, we have a bunch of other things going on here. Lucon's just, capturing stuff however he wants, basically. He's just going around capturing absolutely everything he can from the Western Empire. It feels to me like the Western Empire is very weak right now. Not sure what's going on with that, but yeah. Otherwise, my throwing skill is leveling up relatively steadily, I guess. I mean, obviously, if I use a couple of thrown weapons in every single battle that I have, then of course that's going to work. Okay, wait a minute. Did he actually die? I don't think so. I don't think so somehow. Because it would have said that guy has been killed, but no, it doesn't seem like that. Okay, so I need equal or below or equal to 45. It is, it's 45.2. Oh, that's hilarious. All right, well, I'm going to have to do some additional things here. I'm going to have to go to the clearing first of all, because that needs to be eliminated so that I can actually work with this guy, because I need to be friendly with him. Oh, hello, Dareem. I thought this guy was literally trying to murder me, but it was just Dareem. Okay, that's absolutely fine. All right, hello there, sir. I don't take orders from the likes of you. You're dead. Yes, there we go. I was going for a thrust there, but no. Your duel has not ended yet, it said. Oh, okay. Apparently I cannot tab out of those kinds of fights. All right, well, if that's what they call a duel. I mean, it was a 1 versus 3, so, well, whatever the case. Anyway, Jean Maris has been taken once again. Oh, what is this guy? Why is he naked? Why is he wearing not much at all? Okay, his name is Pretty Igai. Or Ill Guy, even. Is that a joke? Pretty ill guy, get it? It's like ill as in, as in sick, as in not like cough sick, but like, sick as in really cool. You know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, is that the joke? Is that the reference or something like that? I have no idea. That's hilarious. Anyway, there we go. We're working with this guy. Well, we're not working with him, but we're working with him to increase our relation with the other guy. So there we go. That was easy enough, wasn't it? Okay, so we can just loot all of that. Thank you. What? I only increased my relation. Ah, no, there we go. There we go. There's the relation. There's the relation. That's what we wanted. Okay. So now, okay. Wait, that's my criminal rating. That's not the loyalty. I was looking at my criminal rating the entire time. Ah, okay. Okay, yeah, well, never mind. I read it wrong. Wonderful. But look at this. Rebels and Amprila have now risen up, which is actually wonderful. And now bear in mind, the great thing about doing these kinds of things, doing these kinds of events and everything, is that you're going to be able to decrease the security of the various towns as you go. So, obviously decreasing the security is actually going to inevitably affect the loyalty in the end, and that's actually going to have an overarching effect on whether you can even do these incitements. So that's actually something that we should really consider as well. So if you do any of these kinds of things, security is inevitably going to go down, and as it stands, the security is actually reducing. So I'm pretty happy with that. And we do have some step bandits in our party now as well. As you can see, look at the security. It took a nosedive right there. It literally went from, what was it? I think 42, and it's now 34. So the lower that we can get this, the better, because then we can cause even more security problems for the town itself. Anyway, we can do a gang trial here as well if we want to, and we can even take over, and we can maybe place a person in here or something like that, maybe gain a little bit of extra influence in this area too. And I think what we're actually going to do very quickly is I'm just going to go right back to Diathmo because I want to see what happened with my scheme. I'm going to assume that I was, you know, unable to murder the fellow, but I'm going to just check it out real fast. Ah, there we go. All right. So upon entering the upon entering the scheme room, you can see here that we were failed and discovered in regards to our wonderful scheme here, which is very unfortunate. Okay, let me see. Can I actually try it again? It literally has a -2% chance. Is that because I don't have any assassins? Let me actually see whether that's the case. I'm gonna get spies from this. Gonna get spies from this. Okay, so I need tier 5s. Unfortunately, I do not have any tier 5s. So yeah, so I won't be able to get any assassins right now. So I'm gonna have to get some tier 5s to be able to do that. So I don't even really know how I'm supposed to do that with bandits if I don't install that mod, and I need to install open source armory for it, which I think, I don't know, I always have issues with it, but whatever the case, unfortunately can't do this right now. It's probably because we have a very, very negative relation with him right here. But maybe I can do something else. Maybe we can do a scandal. No, that's 24%. Yeah, as you can see, that's just not going to work in my opinion. Well, we could do something else. We could do Britannia. We could do Britannia or something like that. So we can select a clan here. What about if we do this? Oh yeah, let's do a nice little blackmail against Mr. Caladog here. And look at that, we've got a pretty decent success rate with this. This is 78% chance. I think that's okay. We'll try to do it and we'll see what happens. But otherwise, that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.